Hello, imaginary viewer. It's time for the second in the series of Wi-Fi commentary battles you never wanted. There are two battles tonight because they were both fairly short ones, so we begin with this trainer who seems to come from Japan but whose location was listed as none, so he could be God or Satan or anything in between. He starts out with a Stoutland, which I was quite impressed to see. I've never seen a Stoutland used on Wi-Fi, so I'm not sure what to expect, but I bring out my good old trusty Nidoking, who I start out using a poison jab with because I want to try and get a poison off, but poison point does that for me anyway, so possibly a waste of a weaker move when I could have earthquaked, but it's better safe than sorry, I suppose. So he withdraws this Stoutland, presumably expecting another poison jab, so he brings in Golurk, which is ghost slash ground, so poison would be weak to that, but I go for an earthquake because I wanted the stronger move, and that ends up helping me quite nicely, and we get a critical hit here, which probably marks me as a lucky twat, but it wouldn't have made much difference anyway, because Nidoking has Ice Beam. One of the things that makes Nidoking as amazing as he is the fact that he can do pretty much anything. His stats are distributed so he can pull off anything reasonably nicely, and he can learn pretty much any TM. So, good Nidoking. He brings in this guy whose name I don't know yet, so we'll just call him Samurai Pointy Person. And I bring in my Magneton because with Sturdy I know I can take anything he throws at me. He withdraws Samurai Pointy Person, probably expecting Electric Death, and he'd be right. So he brings back in his Stoutland, who seems to be quite sturdy because I use my Electric Death and it doesn't finish him off. But what does finish him off is Poison. Poison is amazing, and I think we all need to give Poison more love, especially Game Freak themselves. Give us a Poison legendary, damn it. So he's gone, and Samurai Pointy Person is back, and is obviously gonna eat this Electric Death. So that wasn't that outstanding a battle. I was just impressed by the other guy's team. It's nice to see a good mixture of Pokemon going on the Wi-Fi, because I was worried when this first came out that we'd just get, loads of dragons, Ubers, Scizors running around. Much like this next guy, who has a full OU team, one of which is a dragon. But, well, I say guy, could be a girl, I'm not sure. It's also listed as coming from nowhere, so could be anything, could be an alien. It's probably an alien. I'm probably fighting an alien. So the alien brings out Sazandora, or Hydreigon even, which is shiny and looks quite nice. It tries to Fire Blast me, but it misses, which I think is fair enough because Nidoking has taken plenty of Fire Blasts to the face in the past. I respond with Ice Beam, but due to Nidoking only being decent at everything instead of amazing at everything, the Ice Beam doesn't kill him, and he responds with a Draco Meteor that pretty much finishes Nidoking off. So not as triumphant a fight for Nidoking as the past ones have been, but now I pull out another old favourite of mine, Tauros, who he's in the never used category, and I've never figured out why, because he's really fast and he's really strong, which is surely all you want in a Pokemon. So he brings out Swampert, which could be a Gen 4 stealth rocking Swampert, or it could be something else. I don't know, because it never gets a chance to move, thanks to Tauros's brilliance. Obviously that return is quite powerful. Tauros loves me very much because I raised him when he was just a little calf puppy. So he's back, and we bring out Virizion, which is one of the members of the legendary trio of Gen 5, based on the Three Musketeers, which I've never read, so I don't know what he's supposed to be referencing. I do reasonable damage with my return, but he responds with close combat, so that's obviously the end of Tauros, but he's done plenty of damage, so I think Tauros can rest satisfied with his work here today. Bye-bye, Tauros. Go on, die. Goodbye. And I bring out Magneton, which is another old favourite of mine, which is why I've never bothered to evolve him. I had a Magnemite toy when I was just a little boy, and that toy was my best friend. It was the best toy I could ever ask for, really good quality plastic. So I respond with Tri-Attack, knowing that electricity wouldn't hurt dragons, and Sazandora, Hydreigon, seems to be quite bulky because it doesn't fit him off, but luckily choice Scarf Magneton is quite fast despite his fairly low speed on its own, so that finishes the match. No, it doesn't. What's left? I've forgotten. Oh yeah, Virizion, so this is obviously going to be no problem. I've got Sturdy even if this doesn't kill him, so I don't know, this was a very much a blow my own trumpet match. My little team of never used and underused just wiping out an OU team, so I don't know, you can think I'm showing off. Either way, thumb, and see you later.